to bring my plants in because it's freezing tonight.
Yeah, I wanted to save my tree and I didn't know what to do.
If you have something that you can throw over it, that's the
like
best
plastic,
thing.
Right?
Plastic or a blanket. I don't know, though. It
a
might
blanket
hurt
is
too heavy. Yeah, like a trash bag.
All right. I don't know. It's just a sad little... It's probably already dead. And lost all of its leaves kind of quickly. But I think that's what happens in fall, too.
Yeah, that's also what happens to trees normally.
That's just a tree thing,
That's
right?
just a tree.
Maybe it's
like,
okay.
have you seen trees before? That happens.
I haven't had to raise a baby tree. It's just like when you get a real human baby and they
No, for sure. It is definitely more fragile.
Yes.
But
I mean, the first time your own baby poops, you look at it and you go, was that bad? That doesn't look good. Something's bad. And then
the first time my baby poops is the day I throw my baby away.
You're tempted to, because you're like, I broke it already. Like that, whatever came out was weird colored. But apparently it's just poop. Like they're supposed to do that, just like regular people.
Do you want to introduce me?
Oh, hi. You're listening to Thanks Academy, the podcast where we listen to listen to them. You listen. We actually watch them. We watch all the best picture winners of all time in random order with random friends. And today's random friend is Cara McConnell. You can say hi now.
I'm not famous, so.
So you don't get to say hi? Nobody's famous on this podcast. The closest thing we've had to a famous person on this podcast is the time we watched a movie with Kevin Spacey in it. Because he's famous.
Famous predator.
Yeah, exactly. I have not, to my knowledge, had a famous predator or any kind of predator on this. Are you a predator? I have forgotten to ask everybody else, but...
You know the number one rule of being a predator is don't tell anyone you're a predator.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's true. I thought it was hide in the bushes. Do you like 80s movies?
Yeah, generally. But I think more John Hughes than like...
Drama?
Yeah.
The 80s are fucked up because they're remembered as such a fun time with like music and movies and all the award-winning music in movies is very like old person. It's not what you think it is. Like they're all very slow, European-based drama things, and like the favorite... I was looking at this blog post. It was like they were reading through an old issue of People magazine from like 1982 or 3 or something like that, and like the people's favorite artist was Barry Manilow. It was like their favorite singer at that time, and we're thinking, oh yeah, Duran Duran, Devo,
Copacabana.
Yeah, no, everybody was like, yay, Barry Manilow.
I mean, if you really think about it, though, like, yeah, people didn't like Devo. They were hardcore weirdos.
Or weird people like Devo.
Yeah, like cool people like Devo, but the masses did not like Devo.
And we always retroactively like weird people.
Yeah, of course.
And we always hate them in the moment when they exist.
Yeah.
It's just like how the 90s, everybody's like, oh yeah, grunge music and Ethan Hawke. And it's like, you guys, no, it was all Michael Bolton.
Yeah, Michael Bolton and like Julia Roberts. Like...
Oh, Julia Roberts was cutting edge. Yeah, it was.
What? Pretty Woman was not cutting edge.
In the early 90s, she was a fresh face. It was more like who was the biggest star in the 90s, like before Julia Roberts came along? I'll think about it.
In the 90s, every woman was a fresh face because they were retired at like 28.
That's
right?
true.
They were put out to pasture.
Pretty much just invented women being in movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any women in this movie. I don't know much about it.
From the literally one thing I can think of, there are 0 women.
Because the only thing we know about this movie, of course, is running in slow motion on the beach.
Yeah.
Which usually involves women. So I don't know what they got wrong in this formula. If you're going to film people running in slow motion on the beach, you do the Baywatch thing. You don't just do a bunch of dudes wearing t-shirts, right?
Would you argue that a scene like that is potentially created for the female gaze? Or just the gaze?
Well, we'll have to watch and see if it was created for anybody's gaze, because... Like the men on the beach.
Yeah. Like, do we have any shots of, like, their shorts, and in turn...
I don't think it's going to be a Top Gun thing.
Dong short? Short dong?
I don't know anything about this story. But, like, in the picture, they're not wearing sexy outfits. It looks like it's some sort of period piece. And so, I don't know if they're doing it in a sexy way.
When did guys
We'll find
stop
out.
wearing those like really cute shorts for like basketball and stuff?
The shorties?
Yeah.
90s.
Okay, so like
Yeah.
there's potentially some like
Some
booty
leg.
shorts.
Yeah.
Probably like a very pale, boyish leg.
I'll tell you what, you have an advantage because you are occasionally attracted to men. You point out to me when it's hot because I'm not probably going to notice.
Yeah, okay.
Because I have no idea when these things happen. It has to be like in my face. I'm like, oh, that chest is really sweaty and large. That's hot, right? And then someone will nod and be like, yeah. And be like, okay, I get it now. I'm just not very good at it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm trying to think what's hot in a man for me.
I think the only conventionally attractive man that I think is attractive is Burt Reynolds.
Ooh, that's an
R.I.P.
interesting call. Yeah. I mean, like peak Burt Reynolds? Or did you kind of like Silver
that
Fox
center.
Burt Reynolds?
No, like the centerfold where he's like, yeah,
Playgirl centerfold.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's way too much hair for me. I don't understand it, but I guess like I can see how if you're like, oh, please be furry, that would be good looking.
Yeah, I think maybe it's just for me to look at and not for me to be around.
I
He
see what
probably
you're saying.
sweats a lot.
I kind of get that because I feel the same way about like fake breasts. Like they're fascinating to look at, but like
Have you ever interacted with fake
Yeah,
breasts?
interacted is a great word. It feels
I
like a
was-
user experience.
I was pleasantly surprised.
I have encountered and interacted with fresh and stale varieties, and there is a difference.
Oh God!
Which was very effective in like steering me away from getting any procedures done there because I'm like, oh, there's a time limit, even with modern technology. But yeah, fresh ones are nice, but still sort of
Wait, when you say fresh,
rubbery.
do you mean freshly technology or
no, like just new.
okay?
New are
Right.
usually much better,
Okay.
but I don't know. Maybe the
Well,
technology
yeah, of
too.
course.
I don't know.
Okay.
I've only got 4 data points. Sorry. I think a man, it looks hot to me if he's wearing a nice sweater. Like that's usually
nice
what gets
sweater.
me interested.
Like a nice sexy sweater.
Not necessarily sexy, although V-necks are always in, you know?
Yeah.
But like just like, oh, you, and like kind of, you can tell it wasn't like, here you go, Dad. It was like, oh, he found a sweater for himself that he knows he looks good in. And it's usually like tight-ish enough that you're like, oh, there's a man shape under there. But still, it's a sweater, so it's not like, I'm bulging in and I'm going to get you. You know? I just like, especially like a sweater vest. I'm such a lesbian. That's not at all. I'm literally describing Ellen right now. I think.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Right. Well, we'll see if there's anything hot in
Do
here.
straight men wear sweater vests?
Sure.
Ever?
Yeah. Yeah,
Name one.
in the old-
modern era.
in the old times.
Exactly.
Well, we're going to watch a movie about the old
Okay.
times. So I was hoping for some sweater vest action. Like, you know, like when you play tennis on a brisk day, kind of sweater vest.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Like a classic tennis douchebag.
Could be a classic white one, or it could be an Argyle one with a white shirt underneath. That's always a good look. I like men's legs when they're covered. I like the shape of men's legs.
Do you like men when they're covered in general?
That's I guess the theme.
Feel like I know why.
Well, like the shape, the outline, the silhouette of a guy, I could be like, well, it's a nice square person. But
your ideal man is just a perfect quadrilateral.
It's the icon on a bathroom door. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, like trapezoidal. But like, I don't want to see any hair. But then a hairless man, kind of weird. So
yeah, okay,
it's all a problem.
right?
Yeah,
yeah.
I can't solve it. I'm not here on this planet to solve it.
I'm just attracted to weirdos, so I don't know what to tell you.
Well, you're ahead of your time because mostly weirdos, as we discussed, aren't appreciated till later. All right. Well, let's watch Chariots of Fire and see what kind of weirdos we have in this movie.
Does the movie start with the like
gets it out of the way right away, and then the rest of it's a letdown? God, I hope so.
Oh.
These men
Is this oh.
in their generation.
Doesn't that look like Philadelphia?
Well, glory in their day. We are here today to give thanks for the life of Abraham, to honor the legend. Now there are just two of us, young Aubrey Montague and myself.
Has some bad old age makeup.
Yeah.
And remember those few young men in our hearts.
Oh my god.
On our heels.
Those
It did! Oh my god, it does start this way.
Oh, those shorts are not short enough.
No, they're not sexy.
It's like they're intentionally designed to not show anything worth looking at.
Well, this is like 1920s, maybe? This is definitely not recently. Oh, wow. He's a dirty boy. Just splattered with mud and loving it. I hope this is a gay movie. Like, I would totally be into it if these boys are...
I can tell you from this first shot.
There's at least some gay in this, right?
Okay. At least one of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Sunshine from Friday Night Lights or whatever.
Yes.
Am I mixing my... What is that sport called?
That's called football.
Feet. Yeah.
This is also called foot race. Why did they wear white uniforms if they were going to run on the beach and get all splattered like that?
It's sexy. Like you said, dirty boys.
I guess.
Just all I can think about is like what this scene would look like if this was women. Like it would definitely be slower.
Oh, much slower.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't be smiling because that would take the sexy out of it.
Yeah.
Wow, they're giving us the dubbing mixer in the opening credits. That is thorough. So this is... Oh, okay. 1920s. Maybe 10s.
Well, we've seen the money shot.
I know.
Is it over?
I guess. Still don't know what it's about. Oh, we got Vangelis' last name there. Papa Pasisasas. So, if you were setting a movie in the 1910s, 20s, whatever it says, why would you commission a soundtrack that sounds that 1983? Shouldn't they be playing like ragtime and some shit?
Come on, my baby. Come on, my darling.
Exactly.
Come on, my ride. No one writes that. It's not inspiring.
Unless you're running from the coppers.
Yeah.
Dear Mum, I'm most awfully sorry about your cold and the general dreariness. I also haven't quite bad weather here too. Thanks for your letters. I'm sorry you and Pa are disappointed that I should be letting the Olympic Games interfere with my shorthand. But if you were my age with a chance to win the World Championship in Paris, you'd be just as big a fool as I am. We've just 1 week to go now. It hardly seems that since we all arrived at Cambridge, never suspecting what extraordinary times lay ahead. Mind you, Harold hardly changed at all. As intense as ever. Now was then having
Here's how little I knew about this movie. I didn't even know it wasn't set in the 80s.
I didn't even know it wasn't set in America.
You better get me out those gloves.
Silly kind.
Don't mention it. Right. All set? Sure. I'm fine. Lead on.
Some amazing shit must happen in this movie because it couldn't have won on that opening shot alone. And otherwise, who would give a crap about the London Olympic team?
The only trouble is I can't stand getting beat. How about you?
I don't know. I've never lost. Thank you.
Maybe they all were in the Great War and, like, they're all amputees by the time they run the race.
They hop in one leg. Some Monty Python shit.
There we are.
Gentlemen,
by a whisker. Pity. Well, it's been done. With our keys, man. We must convey it back. The first man in 7 centuries. Perhaps they really are God's chosen people, after all.
What the fuck?
This feels very anticlimactic for breaking some like huge record at this
700-year-old. Yeah, they're like, hey,
it's like
let's drink. We were gonna do that anyway.
Yeah.
Did we just go back in time, or what's happening? Oh, we did.
Yeah, to Scotland.
No, not back in time, just north in time.
Well,
it's 1920.
Sure, but it's Scotland.
This is just going to be a lot of running, isn't it?
Yeah, just a lot of slow-mo running.
Just a lot of running. I like his pants. Look at this sloppy-ass form everybody's got, too. Oh, okay, catching those gnats.
For being like Scotland's greatest hero in running, he did not beat them by very much.
No, he didn't. I know, I was expecting, Usain McBolt or something.
Yeah.
Surely a touch of liberality would do no harm.
Sandy, the kingdom of God is not a democracy. The Lord never seeks re-election. There's no discussion.
That's the fucked up thing I've heard.
The Lord never seeks re-election.
Damn, Protestants are weird.
Jesus. I wish.
But a benign, loving dictator. So much for your freedom of choice.
I'll have to follow through on some of those campaign promises from the Bible if he did. Oh, I'm trying so hard to care.
This is like a summary of the film up to its point. Mm-hmm. He is an Englishman. Oh, my lady.
Had to meet him at the train station? Didn't they, ride together?
Nah.
I don't understand.
I understand.
Oh, she understands.
They love each other, but they only see each other once a month.
They got on a boat or a train?
A boat, right? Because there was a big...
That was a big horn for a train.
Yeah, and they're coming from England to go to the mainland. Come on, it's a boat, right? Yeah, that's a boat hat.
Yeah, it's a boat hat. You're right. Yeah, nailed it. Oh yeah, that's a boat.
Yeah, it's a boat. Do you think there's a train from England to Paris?
I'm barely following this story.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice hat. Seriously. Bye, boat. Do you care if they win or lose? Because I don't.
Not at all,
I mean,
honestly.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping they were boarding the Titanic, to be honest. So it'd be a fun twist.
For the opening ceremony, the ceremonies and final a couple of days after.
USA! 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 Totally rooting for us. Fuck these guys. They're boring as shit.
Yeah, truly.
Thank you so much. This is delicious stuff. I love it.
Oh, really? Do you like it? Good. It's like sour, but not super sour, I guess.
Careful, it's a little fizzy.
Oh, I don't know why.
Or just a little. I just don't.
Okay.
Light, what so proudly we hailed. Yeah, that's some real ragtime. Movies, we invented them, bitch. Sorry. Jesus. Movies making me chauvinist.
Oh, God. Are they shorts? Yes, that's shorts, all right. Bit more my size. Me with 10.4.
Yeah, keep smoking, that'll help.
Battle on your hands. Charles H. Panic and Jackson Schultz.
Yes, we've heard of them.
Fastest men in the world.
Nice. I totally like these guys. Now that's like...
That's full on A's music.
That is the physique that I was expecting from this athletic movie.
Why are they jumping over hurdles?
Steeplechase.
Yeah, what?
Steeplechase is an event. It still happens.
Steeplechase.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, why are they jumping over horse shit?
They have to like... It's like early parkour.
Yeah, no, I know steeplechase. I just...
Dude, I love the Americans. Look at these guys. They're fucking badasses.
Yeah.
Yeah! Do that bicycle. 90 push-ups, whatever. Just do them. Hell
Hey,
yeah!
a first-time car!
Yay! We've got
Go
everybody!
America!
We've got everybody!
Literally just one, though.
Well, I mean, it was 1924. Nope, two.
Token black guy. You don't know that that's not the same black guy.
Good point. Flappers! Yay!
Jesus Christ.
God, the uniforms look better, too.
Yeah.
Oh god, if the Brits win, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Yeah, well. Got some bad news.
Yeah, the 8th Olympics.
Aubrey, I've known the fear of losing. But now I'm almost too frightened to win.
Oh
Good
god.
grief.
What fucking 1920s live journal was that?
I've come so far and got something. In the end, it doesn't even matter.
Back in the sexy Americans den. Hi guys.
Ugh.
These
I'm just as invested in characters I've never met as
Yep.
the people we've followed.
Yep.
Like, I'm sure they've had the same training journey that we've gone on.
We've all had this. It's the same training journey for everybody.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
a training journey.
Yeah.
Their stories are not unique or interesting.
You work hard, you get to the Olympics, and
And then it's
somebody
really hard.
loses and somebody wins.
Yeah.
Like, okay, great. I've never been less excited. Wow. Okay.
Cool. And a gold medal.
We don't even get to see him getting it.
Nope.
It's just...
Saw it
They
from
just
outside
hand
the
it
stadium.
to him, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, good job, man.
Yeah.
Harold!
Did you see the Bulldogs won? Exactly. He won. Exactly. Now, one of these days, Monty, you're going to win yourself. And it's pretty difficult to swallow.
Wait. What the fuck is going on?
Did they just say, like, it's hard to win? He's a sad boy?
Just rang this. The Daily Express. They've been on to Paris. Mr. Harold. He won. She told me to tell you he won.
Oh, jolly good.
It's like Eric Idle's brother.
Oh, it's 15 minutes to cut, miss.
Yeah, don't celebrate too much. Everybody seems kind of down about it.
Yeah! Seriously.
Wow.
God, was joy not invented?
No, the Brits never did it.
Okay, cool. He did it. Well, great. That's fine.
Now these two are going to get together and have a conversation like, he's not that Jewish.
It's a tramp. Keys college athlete wins blue ribbon at games.
Blue ribbon? That's not what it's called.
No, that's not how it goes. Come on. Cheerio.
Yep. He realizes that he still has all of the same problems.
Yes, you've always thought of yourself as a ruthless man, haven't you? Hard. Kind of a loner like me.
Is this focused in on his nose because he'll always be a Jew first
don't
and an
know.
Englishman second?
He's got a very oddly shaped face. It's not odd. It's just got a lot of shapes on it.
Things that really matter.
Like his cheeks are cheeky and his
If you
chin
didn't,
is chinny.
I wouldn't have come into my
His
He's just a
forehead
cheeky
is
lad.
foreheady. Yeah, like all of his parts are very party.
Okay.
You know who you won for out there today? Us.
Us.
You and old Sam Sabini. I've waited 30 years for this.
Alors, monsieur, partir maintenant. 3h21.
Wow.
Meanwhile, the French waiter's like, closing time, bitches, get out.
Means the world to me, this, you know.
He's begging him to show
And
an
all
emotion.
one can do is
God,
to
yeah,
let go
nobody
and
shows
back and
any
then go
emotion
out.
in this.
Good acting.
You and me. Keeps.
This is award-winning
Out of
acting.
this
No, I don't think the action got any awards.
And start some bloody living. Yes?
Is that not what Beth's picture means? That everything
No,
across the
it's-
board is good?
Who knows what they are thinking?
Or at least good enough? Collectively?
He got drunk.
Sam Sabini, the greatest trainer in the world.
Hmm? Yeah, baby. The cafe is extra.
Sorry, not sorry. But don't fall asleep though. We've come so far.
I'm not falling asleep. You know what? We decided to finally clap for the race yesterday? Oh no, that's for the prince. That's still a way more impressive accomplishment. Nice hat again.
Ooh, he's famous now, so no one Oh, okay. No, he does care
She's
about
rocking
his
that
lady.
hat. I love her hats.
Ooh!
Ooh, the whole
She's
thing.
got a totally ineffective cane.
Totally
Or is that just like a riding crop?
and a double effective cape.
Hells yeah.
Looking good. Way to dress for the occasion. Ooh, that whole thing. Man, if you're gonna wear morning gear, that's the way to do it. Oh, look, they hand wrote the headline on the poster. Ah, back to those good ass boys choirs.
7th person of color.
Yep. Just wondering where they put all the.
7.5?
I think he's just Scottish.
Yeah. God. He's had longer hair. Oh, okay, we're back
at
to
the
their
funeral.
old. Oh shit! Okay,
It's
so that was it,
1978.
I guess.
Yep. Well, I'm glad we're back in the present-ish, because
Sure.
that means we're almost done, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, the crest of England. A lion and a unicorn. For some goddamn reason, there's a unicorn in the official symbol of England.
Harry Potter.
What's that, Obi?
You ran number 50.
That's it. Oh wow.
Harold
I don't know who Harold is.
Oh, so Harold was the Jewish guy.
Oh, okay.
Eric died in China.
Sure.
All of Scotland mourned. I mean, they're usually mourning. Okay. What is this scene? What did this have to do with anything? They just showed it one time. It wasn't connected to the story. Is this
just
a
sort of like a dream
session? Yeah. Who's he? Is that Little?
I don't know.
Doesn't look familiar.
Yeah. Wow, that was
Montague.
it. That's it.
Who the hell's Montague?
Yeah. Was that Lord Fauntleroy?
Oh, is that that's the guy who lost bad? There's Smiley guy.
Oh wow, Smiley was Dirty Boy?
Yeah, Dirty Boy was Lord Andrew.
Andrew Lindsay, okay. Wow. Okay.
Well. And then Scottish guy. Some guy named Ian. That makes sense.
God. Yeah, back to this. Bookends.
Doing it. And Ben Cross. Okay. They all look different in this scene than they do from the rest of the movie.
Yeah, totally different.
They look 80s.
Did they shoot this like at a totally different point? They're
Yeah.
like, there's nothing to this movie. We need bookends.
And then became the only important scene in this movie that I remembered. That was Ian Holm? Okay. John Gielgud.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, no.
That's okay. It's kind of around.
That's
You can
just
jump
as
in with
memorable as anything
anytime,
else. Yeah. Okay. I got pee. God. I never have to pee this much in this movie.
It's a real bladder squeeze of a movie. Alright, Chariots of fucking Fire. I don't even know what the name means. I thought it was going to come up in one of the endless Bible quotes.
Yeah, the
Sessions.
name is much more exciting than the movie itself.
Yeah, there are no chariots. Nothing catches on fire.
Not even metaphorically, like, there was not fire burning within these boys.
I guess the Scottish guy had the fire of dull Protestantism burning in him. That kept him from moving his body vigorously on the Sabbath, although it didn't stop him from going into the stands and cheering real hard.
Is that
at
not
a
work?
Sporting event. Is it a work thing? I thought the other guy was the Jew. What is going on? Like, the Sabbath thing...
I'm serious. Like,
They're not making any money. What?
This movie is just definitive proof that all white people look the same.
That's
like,
true.
None of these characters were distinguishable from each other.
No. At best, the two main runners, you could tell them apart because they had very different colored hair and their face shapes were different. But then there was other people who were sort of halfway in between, so you couldn't really tell who you were looking at half the time.
I think you're whiter than me, and so maybe you can distinguish more.
McConnell?
I'm part Italian and I'm adopted, so... Nice try on the last name.
I'm part Ukrainian and adopted, so cheers.
Congrats.
Tink. Okay. Plot recap. We usually do a plot recap. I had to drink a lot to get through this movie. It sucks. The plot recap is that the 1924 British track and field team worked very hard to win a couple of medals. Not all of them. They did okay.
Yeah.
They did all right. Like a normal showing for any other country. But I guess in England that was holy
extraordinary.
Shit. We got 2 medals. They got 2 gold medals and a silver.
Turns out
of 9 events.
Yeah. Turns out you can't be a Cambridge man and also try really hard at running.
Nope, that's illegal. And you can't be Scottish and run on Sundays. That's a new one. I did not know that at all.
God.
And you can't be a lord who smokes cigarettes and get a gold medal at hurdles. That's the thing. And then the other guy...
You can't look to the right and be a runner.
And you can't be the fourth member of the team whose name we never heard, didn't get any lines, and failed miserably at his race. Can't be that either.
God. That's the plot. That's the whole thing.
If you were going to make... You could pick any Olympic team from any country in any year of any sport and follow them and have that plot.
Yeah, at least that good of a movie.
They trained, and then they did their events.
And some won, and some lost.
Some did not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congrats. Cool.
We were not vested on... The main thing they were setting up was a race between Scottish guy and Jewish guy. And that did not happen. Because of the Sunday thing.
Yeah.
But also just, they didn't... I thought after Jewish guy wins the 100 meters, which... I don't know how to put this delicately, but that's impressive, I guess. I don't think that's a strong tradition. I haven't looked at the records, but I don't know how many Jewish people have won the 100 meters in Olympic history. But anyway, good for him.
Sure.
He worked really hard. He really wanted it. He staked his entire self-worth on it, which was really annoying. And he met a pretty actress and then immediately started moping around her and yelling at her because she was like, get over yourself. And he couldn't. I forgot about that part of the plot.
Women in this movie had about 5 lines total.
5 non-Gilbert and Sullivan lines, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so he wins the 100 meters against the Americans, who've been set up for, I don't know, half the movie as the most formidable track team ever assembled on the planet.
They looked great. Like, Eye of the Tiger should have been playing.
Oh, they were...
Yeah.
The Americans' training montage was the best part of the movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah, incredible. And he beats them. And then people politely clap. And they cut to all of his friends hearing the news that he wins and going, huh.
Cheerio.
What do you know?
Yeah.
He did it. I guess...
Like the most mediocre response.
And then Scottish guy...
You'd be done with your friends if they reacted
Seriously.
that way.
You'd be like,
Did you not believe in me? Really?
And then Scottish guy wins, and he gets literally carried around on people's shoulders. Like, even the Americans come over and carry him around because, like, you know what, Scottish guy? You're really Scottish.
Yeah. That was the pinnacle of the movie, and I wasn't even excited about it.
I was not remotely excited about anything in this movie.
No.
Anything that could have been exciting was done in a way to take the excitement out of it because it was so British. How did this win a Best Picture in America? I understand it getting a Best Picture like a BAFTA or something because it's super British and like it makes British people feel really good about themselves or whatever. You know, like we all have our little national Olympic thing. You know, like for America, it's the 1980 hockey team that nobody else gives a shit about and nobody else finds impressive, but we think was really... I'm sure this was that for Britain. Like, hey, in 1924, we, the pasty white guys, won track and field. That is kind of... Okay.
Because no one of color was participating.
Literally no one of non-English speaking nations was participating.
Yeah.
It was England, New Zealand, which was cute, and then 9 Americans.
Great. So you weren't even competing against the best.
No, it was just a track meet. What else can you say about this movie?
There's so little to say.
It's dull. It's slow. It's riddled with weird etiquette. There's anti-Semitism in it. That's fun.
Yeah, wow. I mean...
What was this up against?
Yeah.
So it beat On Golden Pond. It beat, guys... Okay, look. I don't know what Atlantic City is. I've heard of Reds. I've never watched it. But Chariots of Fire beat Raiders of the Lost Ark. For Best Picture.
I wouldn't think of Raiders of the Lost Ark as Best Picture, but you know what I would think of it as? Fucking more interesting movie.
It's a great movie. It is a super fun movie.
I would watch that in a heartbeat.
And here's the thing. The fact that Raiders of the Lost Ark got nominated for a Best Picture is surprising. And then you look at the rest of those and you're like, that was the chance. That was their chance to like actually pick a fun movie that people remember forever and enjoy for generations to come. And then On Golden Pond is like seen as this prestigious movie that people love.
Yeah. I think it's telling that no one from Chariots of Fire was nominated for Best Actor. You've got a Best Supporting for the trainer, the coach.
Yeah.
But even
that was like,
yeah,
why?
okay, he was the most interesting character, but really? It's not that...
It's fairy telling.
Yeah.
Oh, this was the year of Arthur, too. Which is funny. This is just a bad year for movies.
I guess maybe they didn't want to give it to a blockbuster like
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Raiders won this many Academy Awards.
I didn't know it was nominated for an Academy Award.
I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
I really want to watch. I really want to watch Raiders of the Lost Ark now.
We've got time.
Ooh, look at Best Original Song though. It was a good year for that. We got a Randy Newman song.
Lionel Richie.
We've got Lionel Richie with Endless Love. We've got a Muppet song from the Great Muppet Caper. And then we've got When You Get Caught Between the Moon and New York City,
the best that you can do is fall in love.
That I wish I watched. I would totally watch Arthur. That's a fun... Look how many fun movies they had. Dragon Slayer? I don't know what that's about, but fuck. Sounds great.
Yeah. God.
I'm
okay.
upset. American Werewolf in London came out this year. That could have been Best Picture. Sure. Why
Heart Beeps? Wasn't that the Andy Kaufman movie? With Bernadette Peters?
Ooh. Heaven's Gate came out that year.
I think it was! Yes!
Heart Beeps came out that year.
That's a bad but also great movie.
What we're learning is that 1981 was a shit year.
Excuse me. Andy Kaufman's film was up.
Heaven's Gate was famous for almost sinking an entire movie studio. I don't remember which one, MGM or whoever put it out.
Yikes.
Because nobody could make a movie that anybody wanted to watch. So I guess that's why Chariots of Fire got anybody to go see it, much less enough people to like remember. You know what I think it is? I think this movie won because dun 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 dun, like it just sticks in your head. And like this, you're like, oh, I remember something from one of the movies I saw this year.
But it's not even sexy.
It's not sexy at all.
Again, I just want to loop back. I thought that this movie was set in the 80s. And so I was so ready for those short shorts and those pasty thighs.
It
nothing.
Was so 1920 that like the men were wearing their pajamas buttoned all the way to the collar just to avoid showing even the hints of collarbone.
Ugh. God.
And the women, I mean, there was a couple good outfits, but the women were wearing, cloaks and hats.
Yeah.
And burqas.
Yikes.
Protestant burqas. I'm drunk.
This was bad.
This was so bad.
Really bad.
This might be the second worst movie I've had to watch.
Wow. Okay, what was the first?
Around the World in 80 Days. And here's the tiebreaker. Equally bad. Around the World in 80 Days was 1 hour longer. So...
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine a whole lot of this nothing.
That's a totally
with
fair...
racism happening for 1 hour.
We did see Yellowface. Like a whole crowd of Yellowface.
That's true. This was like extremely racist by omission. It was sort of like...
There were more people in Yellowface than people of color.
Yes.
Just like in the background.
In a movie about...
Non-speaking roles.
The Olympics. Which nominally include the whole world.
Yeah. Yeah, we're counting like people that we saw far in the background representing Japan. That's it.
Yeah, the only time we saw anybody of color was during the opening ceremonies.
Yeah.
And when the USA team was training.
Ragtime is the same period, right? Like
I
the
think
musical turned movie, I guess?
I want to say pre-World War I.
Okay.
For Ragtime. I think that's like more 1900s, but I could be wrong.
More interesting plot-wise.
I'm sure. Better music. That's right. I said it. I thought that 80s synth shit was crap.
Oh.
And I wish Raiders of the Lost Ark won Best Score. Because John Williams is the best.
Yikes. Alright, what else do you want to say about this?
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Well, okay.
Do you want to plug anything? Sorry.
Well, seeing as though I'm not a comedian, I have nothing to plug.
Okay. I'm so glad you came over.
If you want to donate to volunteer legal services,
which you should
VLSOCT.org.
VLSOCT.org, because let's face it, as long as Donald Trump is president, we are all suing each other.
Yeah.
To make it all stop. That's
helps some underprivileged people access legal services so that there's justice for all. That's it.
Yep. No, that's the best message we've gotten on this whole podcast. Cool. I was going to say die. I'm going to go to sleep. I'm not going to die. I'm not going to let this movie kill me. You know what? If I learned something from watching all these white guys run in slow motion for 2 hours, it's to persevere just in case someone's proud of you at the end. And it's a 50-50 chance, honestly.
Yeah.
The end. Thanks. Rate us on iTunes. See you next week.
Wow.